I, on behalf of ETH, would like to welcome you to the first edition of the Economic Times Architecture and Design Summit presented by Somani Ceramics. The presentations and panel discussions here today will focus on the theme and will deliver insights on designs matching pace with rapid development. Before I formally open this conference to a series of discussions and panel presentations, I would like to thank all our partners, our association partners, our magazine partners, and especially our partners, Somani Ceramics, for believing in our vision in building a holistic knowledge destination for this community. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this A&D Summit. The language of each cities, which used to be there in the bygone eras, is no longer present in any of our cities currently, where one building looks so drastically different than the other. So there is some kind of a synergy which is required, and that's the aim of this kind of a summit, to see where we can bring thought leaders together, industry practitioners, builders, architects, and even the government, to see how we can synergize and take this forward. So the key takeaways which we want to derive out of this is a common vision for architecture, town and country, and getting new talent and getting new young minds to participate in this exercise, along with the government, hopefully getting the media support from Economic Times to get the government to hear as to what are the issues which the builders face, which the architects face, etc. So that's where the vision of this summit was, and hopefully we would be able to make a very small difference and move forward. Hopefully you enjoy the day forward, and the discussions and the presentations are meaningful to you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, stepping up is a gentleman who needs no introduction. Please welcome the one and only Hafiz Contractor.
Thank you very much. I don't have a structured speech, but because I was not well and I was not going to talk. But I think, it's very, very important that I just air out my mind. When I started my practice, I used to get plans passed in one day. Then it became 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Today we have laws overlapping a law. We have zoning done by the city, but then we have an environment approval. We know that India lacks so much of housing, we need housing, but still, we have to get an approval. And forget it, if you are getting an approval also in a prescribed time, then it's something. Here we have to run after these guys for 2 years. Okay, you get an approval from environment, and I have got an approval from a municipality. Municipality says, have an open space of so much. The environment guy will say, no, have an open space of so much. There was nothing like a coverage. Anybody and anybody can say anything that is in his mind, and that becomes the law. Why can we not have one consolidated law and in a time-bound process that the building will be approved? Because of all this, the prices are going up. For the building industry and architecture to succeed in this country, you really need a miracle. Nothing else is going to, improve this industry. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome for the keynote address of this session, the co-founder and managing director, Hiranandani Group, Mr. Niranjan Hiranandani.
It's really a pleasure to be over here among distinguished architects and, of course, great builders. I think till the government doesn't look at infrastructure in a very structured sort of way, I think we're going to have a lot of problems. So on an external side, we as newspapers, the Times Group, have to push the fact that Mumbai, without the necessary infrastructure to be created, cannot survive. The other aspect of it is the number of people that we can possibly house. Whether it is Dubai, whether it is Hong Kong, whether it is China, whether it is Singapore, we need to increase FSI suitable to do it. But you can't do the second without the first. So if you give higher FSI and do not give infrastructure, that cannot survive. I look forward to your cooperation. Heartiest congratulations on a great conference. But my positive note is, I promise you, we will make a better city, but we all have to do it together. I can't do it. You can't do it. Times alone will not do it. But I think we together will do it. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Thank you.
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Isabel Maia.
I would like to thank first AD Summit and its organizer for actually inviting me to be part of your summit. My presentation is not focused on India only. My presentation is going to be about how I came about, my experience in interior design, where I come from and where I'm going. And I think that I would like to involve India in where I'm going further than what I've been doing so far. As a woman entrepreneur in the world of design for the past 25 years, I believe I helped shape the modern landscape of interior design in many parts of the world, including India. My ideals as a woman, combined with my ventures, contributed greatly to what the portfolio of the company is about today. The Sofitel Mumbai, and I think this one, I won't like to finish with this one. My experience with the Sofitel So is that I was able to work with people who had a lot of passion to build this hotel. Yes, we did encounter a lot of problems, including construction delays, etc., monsoon, flooding, but the passion from the client side and from our side never wavered, and therefore I think that we were able also to combine heritage, elegance, and then a whole story around Mumbai and Paris, because it's an Accor building. I have a lot of projects in many countries, but I can tell you that Sofitel Mumbai is always going to be a shining star in my portfolio. I'm very proud of it. Thank you.
Today we're going to be speaking on visualization to structure and the need for collaboration between the stakeholders that are involved in a project. A couple of years ago, when a client would hire an architect, the procedure would have been that they would go about shortlisting a couple of architects based on track records, call for information, go about checking their credentials, finalizing, identifying maybe about 3 or 4 of them eventually, call them for design presentations, and then finalize them based on their commercials and design capabilities. So today, we architects are invited for a fashion parade, about 20 of them, 15 of them, 25 of them, and we put forth our prettiest faces, and the prettiest face gets the job. Or is it so? Zubin, what do you think?
Today, when all of our studios are so filled with work, I mean, we feel there's no time to actually do work just for your own clients, your existing clients. So why would you want to do a presentation for free for somebody else? I mean, there is no reason, unless you don't have work. If you don't have work, I mean, then you should really be doing it. Even competitions, when you look at all these star architects, I mean, all of them get paid for what they are delivering. And most of us are running practices of 50, 60, 100 people. I mean, it is impossible to run a practice like that if you do not get paid for it. And see, it's not about money, It's just about justification. I tell a client very clearly, if you want a free presentation, I can ask anybody in my team to just make it. We've got so many people. Everybody will be happy to just make something for the sake of it. We can make concepts of every possible nature, but you'll never be able to justify it until you're not having that one-on-one equation with a client. And luckily, all the projects we do are very close to our clients. And everybody here knows the client-architect relationship is such an important aspect,
Let's hear it from the developer side. Why and what is the relevance of visualization in today's world, the way you look at it?
I completely disagree that what the architects present in a visualization on conceptualization cannot be brought to reality. I think we can bring it. There are techniques available. Only the costing is a big challenge because on many occasions, I found that architect is not able to give the accurate costing.
Right.
So I think that we need to upgradation to a maximum level, but otherwise they are at par and it works beautifully.
Would you think that it is important in today's date to get in external ways of living or lifestyles into India? And that's probably where the value add is coming up.
I have done 2-3 plans which were completely sent by the international architects, but then I found the optimum utilization the way we want. For example, a small puja room may not be aware with the international architect because that concept doesn't exist in abroad, for example. But the domestic architect could create it comfortably. From that perspective, a little combination or the developer touch is essential, a touch of the domestic architect is essential, so that that touch, maybe you can set up in-house team within the office itself, but that is very essential because couple of occasions, we need to redesign the whole layout. So that was not matching with the requirement. Each market is different. Mumbai market is different than the Bangalore and Pune market is different. So I think each market is different. So we need to combine all the requirement. Otherwise the plan can fail completely. It's a big industry. It is bigger than setting up any industry, which usually any industrial house setup. And that's why going to micro level, maybe sometime you may not like it, fashion parade, but that is important. But the customers are expecting that.
Mr. Premnath, this one comes straight to you. What would you have to say about it? He's slotted architects under 2 categories already now.
Presentation is part of the skill of the architect. First thing is that. It's been happening for 1,000 years. If you even see the old buildings, some old drawings, they are beautiful drawings, they made so beautiful, they come and understand that. They may have hand sketches, visualization. So it's very important that. So one part is concerned. You're talking about other part is concerned, you mentioned something about cost part is concerned. Cost part is concerned, architect who is established, an established builder, they should possibly know the cost better. By and large, when I give a costing to my client, we do a lot of corporate job, where they say we can't go to board again, take permission. Time and cost, 2 elements are there, given due time and cost, we beat a number of time. But we don't cheat at that time. We are very true to that. So the client understands over there, I don't think it can be cost overruns. Talking about concepts and combination of you're talking about municipal architects, things like that. Of course, it's nice to have international people because we had to learn a lot from international market. We have learned a lot from in terms of not only architecture, engineering, new products, new design, new trends happening. Our country was not fully developed. We are a developing country. They know I no harm getting idea from outside. We welcome that and should integrate and learn from them and do better than that.
Fantastic.
Coming to taking approvals, you see, we are the only company, but we do total design organization. We do approvals, sanctions, plan, everything we do that over there. But today we are able to design only concepts where we know all the regulations very well. Easy for the license architect to take approval. Down to that, today we're doing concept for international market. Sitting in India, I'm designing projects in China. Sitting in India, I'm designing projects in other places over there. So competency is there everywhere. But I think there's no harm in taking more people, asking them ideas, because architects are full of ideas. They are the ones who give you new kind of feeling, new trend, new design, new thing over there. Of course, the builder who invests money, he also has an idea about from the business plan point of view. How to convert business plan into better looking. Architecture is a great selling point. It's a showpiece, a show off.
Fantastic. That's a fantastic point of view. I think Shilpa wanted to mention something.
When a panel of 15 or whatever number architects are asked to give a design, it's a question of a hit and miss. Because as the process of design goes, I think what we do for, say, any big developer, Mahindra, is not the same as Purvankara, is not the same as anybody else. There is an underlying difference in the design approach, the design methodology, the grammar that is used. So I think it takes that much of time for an architect who only interprets the desire and the aspirations of the builder. So I think it is a marriage between the developer and the architect really, and where there is a total understanding about what the developer wants, what his aspirations are, and what the architect can give, and interpret what is required really to develop a design which is suitable and, as he said, reciprocates. India, the way it is growing, I think we need so many buildings and there is no time. Then there are these challenges of the sanctions taking a long time. And that is why maybe the costs vary. Because when we give the costing at the design development stage, it is one thing, and it is executed, the same project gets executed, say, 2 years later. The material may not be there. There might be change of specifications. There will be definitely an increase in price. So I would like to say that it is not as if architects are not able to say, yes, this is the price, but it is these time delays and interpretation, lacunas, which might be resulting in the, price escalations.
Mr. Wadhwa, this is for you. How much would you weigh visualization as compared to the overall project perspective?
The combination of architect and the developer is like body and soul. What developer dreams, architect should get it. Developer can only not put it on paper, but developer should be in a position to give his complete mind and explain to the architect, in case of this situation we do like this, in case of this situation we do like this. For that, since last 4 years, Sunil, we have started doing regular workshops. Where we go wrong from costing point of view, we realized architect kuch soch raha hai, but whether it is necessary, whether the MEP is taken care of, whether the glazing, which is on the southwest corner of the building, is the glazing required there? Are we in Germany or we are in this country? We are in India. We are in a tropical country. We have to be very practical. What are we producing and where are we producing? For whom are we producing? With due respect to all architects, 3Ds, and this looks very nice. Who pays for it? The ultimate client pays for it. And client says कि तुमने हमको building तो बहुत अच्छी बना दिया, but have you taken care of my electric bill? See, these are all very practical issues which should be attended at the initial conceiving visualization stage, which many people drift. Some architects I have seen, they come on site and give rough sketches. That's not the way of working, yeah. Everything has to get feedback. Everything has to be documented. Your budget has to be seen. Shareholders issue, problems are there. But that is an outside force. First, let us improve our in-house, our mentality, our thought. Up and down in currency is none of anybody's hand. But working in a methodical way,